Hello, how's it going? I just wanted to say hi, pop on here really fast. I have a children's book to read to you, one of my favorite picture books that I love. But before I start reading that, I just want to say hi. We miss you. We thought this would just be kind of fun to do and read to you. Just because I miss you and want to say hi. So I chose one of my favorite picture books, Epossumondas, to read to you today. So here's Barley Bear cuddled up next to me. Here's the book, Epossumondas. I have a writing activity you could do with it later too if you wanted to afterwards. Again, optional, you don't have to, but thought it might be fun. So here it goes. This is written by Calling Sally, illustrated by Janet Stevens. If you were here at Ridgeview last year, you probably remember seeing her 2 years ago at the assembly. This book I had her write to Adela, and she signed it. So I love this book. It's so cute and clever. And it's one of my favorites. Epossumondas was his mama's and his auntie's sweet little patootie. They just loved him to death. Epossumondas used to go see his auntie most every day, and she nearly always gave him something to take home with him. One day she gave him a piece of rich gold cake. Epossumondas took it in his hand, scrunched his hand up tight, and went along home. On his way home, he passed Alligator, and Alligator asked, "What you got, Epossumondas?" "Cake," he replied. Don't look much like cake to me," said Alligator. When Epossumondas got home, his mamma looked at that fistful of crumbs, and she said, "Epossumondas, what do you have in your hand?" "Cake, Mamma. Auntie gave it to me." "Oh, Epossumondas, you don't have the sense you were born with. That's no way to carry cake. The way to carry cake is to put the cake on your head, put a hat on your head, and come along home. Do you hear me, Epossumondas?" "Yes, Mamma." By and by, on another day, when Epossumondas was visiting his auntie, this time she gave him a pound of freshly churned butter to take home with him. Epossumondas put it on his head, put a hat on his head, and went along home. On his way home, he passed Raccoon, and Raccoon asked, "What you got, Epossumondas?" "Butter," he replied. Don't look much like butter to me," said Raccoon. When Epossumondas got home, his mamma looked at him and she said, "Epossumondas, what do you have in that hat?" "Butter, Mamma. Auntie gave it to me." "Oh, Epossumondas, you don't have the sense you were born with. That's no way to carry butter. The way to carry butter is to wrap it in some leaves and carry it down to the brook, and you cool it in the water, and you cool it in the water, and you cool it in the water, and then you take it up carefully in your hands and come along home. Do you hear me, Epossumondas?" "Yes, Mamma." By and by, on another day, when Epossumondas was visiting his auntie, this time she gave him a sweet little puppy dog to take home with him. So Epossumondas wrapped it in some leaves and carried it down to the brook. And he cooled it in the water, and he cooled it in the water, and he cooled it in the water, and then he took it up carefully in his hands and went along home. This is Adela's favorite part of the book, by the way. She loves this part. On his way home, he passed Nutria. Nutria asked, "What you got, Epossumondas?" "A puppy," he replied. Don't look much like a puppy to me," said Nutria. Oh, Mama. When Epossumondas got home, his mamma looked at that poor little bedraggled puppy, and she said, "Epossumondas, what do you have in your hands?" "A puppy, Mamma. Auntie gave it to me." "Oh, Epossumondas, you don't have the sense you were born with. Now that's no way to carry a puppy. The way to carry a puppy is to put the puppy on the ground, tie a piece of string around the puppy dog's neck, and take the piece of string and come along home. Do you hear me, Epossumondas?" "Yes, Mamma." Well, by and by, on another day, when Epossumondas was visiting his auntie, this time she gave him a freshly baked loaf of bread to take home with him. Epossumondas put the bread on the ground, tied a piece of string around it, took the other end of the string, and went along home. I'm sure you can guess what's going to happen to the bread. On his way home, he passed Armadillo, and Armadillo asked, what you got, Epossumondas? Bread, he replied. Don't look much like bread to me, said Armadillo. When Epossumondas got home, his mama looked at that thing on the end of the string, and she said, Epossumondas, what do you have on the end of that string? Bread, Mama. Auntie gave it to me. Oh, Epossumondas, you don't have the sense you were born with. You never did have the sense you were born with. You never will have the sense you were born with. Now, I'm not telling you any more ways of bringing the truck home, and I don't want you going to see your auntie either. I'll go see her myself. And Epossumondas' mama got her basket, but before she left, she said, Epossumondas, do you see those 6 pies cooling there on the porch? Yes, Mama. Well, Epossumondas, you be careful about stepping on those pies. Then Mama went off to see Auntie. So what do you think Epossumondas is going to do with those pies? I'll repeat, you be careful about stepping on those pies. Oh, Epossumondas. And then Epossumondas was careful about stepping on those pies. He stepped right in the middle of everyone. He's so cute. And here's the author's note. It's actually really cute. It talks about, I'll start right here. It says, Epossumondas is a type of tale called a noodlehead story. Mishaps occur, but are not caused deliberately. The humor is gentle and silly. The plot may be highly improbable, but not impossible. It could happen. And then it talks about how he might just think, right here, down here where it says, and if you think that little possum is just foolish, look closer. Maybe he's full of mischief, trying to get a rise out of his mama so he can escape all those errands. Does he remind you of anyone you know? Someone who might be a little lazy, but also very smart. I'm sure you know somebody, whether it's a friend or a sibling. I don't know. He's just so cute. So what I was thinking you could do if you wanted to, anyways, I hope you like that book. It's one of my favorites. I think it's so cute. What I was thinking you could do, if you wanted to have like a writing task with it, I thought it would be cool if you could do like an art comic book strip, kind of like a story where you'd have like little snippets of drawings. Like you could pick an animal, kind of like a cool animal, like this one's a possum, but just like a cool animal, unique animal, maybe like a hedgehog or something, and have it kind of do something similar. You could have it run errands or do activities and you could pick some objects if you wanted to have it run errands. So say you wanted it to carry home like a beach ball or something. And so you could have it like kind of carry it like a clever way, like on top of its head because it's really large. And then the next day he could carry like, I don't know, a soda or something, or an iced coffee to bring to my house. And he could carry it on top of his head like the beach ball, and it would obviously make a big mess. So kind of like think about like 5 or so objects that he could do or bring home and make a mess of. Or I was thinking instead you could do like an activity, like he had to jump rope and have the rope and put it in between his legs and jump over it. And then like that wouldn't work with, say, a soccer ball or something. So kind of think of an animal, think if you want him to run errands and bring stuff home, or if you want him to do an activity, and you could do like comic strips. Okay, you could look up the rules for dialogue because a lot of this book had dialogue, and you can make some art that matches it. Or I was thinking you could make it on Google Slides. You could just find an image online of an animal and have that animal on every one of your slides, and each slide's like a different page, a different activity that he has to do, or a different errand he has to run. And again, focus on dialogue because this book was really heavy with dialogue. You could also focus on repetition, right? Like that mama said, oh, Epossumondas, you don't have the sense you were born with. That's no way to carry. So that repetition is what really is catching to us as readers because we like that repetition. We like knowing what's going to come next. So again, I hope you like it. If you want to look at another YouTube video of it being read aloud, or look at maybe Janet Stevens online, you could do that. Anyways, it's one of my favorites. Okay, good night. Barley says goodnight too. Miss you all.